So it's only March, and there's already a scary-sounding political ad from the oil and gas industry on our air. The fossil fuel folks want you to call your state senators to stop a bill that does not actually have a chance of passing. I still think it's worth politics guy Marshall Zellinger fact-checking the oil and gas industry's claims.
Here in Colorado, our economy, good schools, and state parks are all powered by oil and natural gas.
Wait, what? State parks powered by oil and gas? This is a reference to the severance taxes paid through the production and extraction of oil and gas. For instance, State Parks and Wildlife gets 2% of its funding from severance taxes. We'll get to the school reference in a moment.
A handful of politicians in Denver are pushing the most extreme anti-energy bills in state history.
Hang on. Extreme and anti-energy are opinion. Energy can be produced in other ways, like solar and wind. But the main bill this ad references would ban new well permits after 2030.
A total ban on new oil and natural gas development.
Yes, a ban on new oil and gas drilling after 2030. However, even Coloradans for Responsible Energy Development say that after drilling, wells can produce for 20 to 40 years.
And miles of red tape that could jeopardize school funding. Over 300,000 Colorado jobs.
Let's take this in parts. Jeopardize school funding? No. Impact school funding? Yes. Each year, schools know how much they're supposed to receive in a combination of local property tax dollars and state of Colorado backfill. Schools are first funded by local property taxes. If that does not get the district to the dollar amount they're supposed to reach, then the state backfills the rest. When oil and gas get extracted from the ground, it means school districts in oil and gas-rich areas are funded more through local property tax dollars. If oil and gas operations end in those areas, that means the state has to spend more for those school districts, which could impact other areas of the state budget. As for the 300,000 local jobs, that's a big stretch. That's a statistic that takes into account direct jobs like oil and gas operations to indirect jobs like your neighborhood gas station. Banning new wells in Colorado does not mean your local gas station employee loses their job. Based on U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, it's closer to 20,000 jobs around drilling, building pipes, and extracting oil and gas in Colorado, a number that was around 32,000 pre-COVID. Nonetheless, I talked with several people at the Capitol who say this bill is going to die. However, Kyle, anti-oil and gas groups are trying to get an issue on your ballot in November to try to do the same thing. So when it dies in the legislature, it will not be over.
When it comes to these political ads, I do appreciate you being the arbiter of truth on them. So Governor Polis has made clear he is not going to sign anything that is going to shut down the industry to that extent. But he is open to some less restrictive approaches that Democrats still might try to put through.
Yeah, I said the main bill was this banning of wells. There are other bills that involve emissions, and that's going to put kind of a crackdown on what is allowed by an oil and gas development. And will it draw the process out, or will it limit? So yeah, you're kind of shrinking the environment, but not doing away with it altogether unless that thing passes, which is not going to, but it could end up on your ballot.
Marshall, thank you.